Hello, welcome to my garage. Since the update I drove about 5,000 kilometers with my Vectrix, but on the last drive I got a CAPCur fault. It's a fault that happens quite often and probably one of the fuses to one of the capacitors is blown. I could drive with it, so I got home with it, but I have to fix it because if all the fuses blow you will get a lot of extra damage and we don't want that. While I'm working at the motorcontroller and I find this type of studs to the motor or to the IGBT, I will change them out for brass. Brass will conduct the electricity better, so the temperatures will stay a little bit lower when driving at about 100 kilometers an hour. If you like this kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. The dog is also helping, so the two of us still don't know anything about it, so it should be fine. And I use the insulated tools I have just to make sure I don't get electrocuted or worse, short something out and burn some electronics which I can't replace anymore. So these wires are insulated. Removing the zip ties so the cables come loose. Removing connectors. To remove the cover I have to remove all the high voltage cables. Something fell. Luckily I had the negative off. Oh, there are bushings. I'll first remove the negative terminal. So some tape ready. Let's see if we can get the nut loose. The sleeve is a bit out of the way. I'm not getting this one over it. Next try I use this one. If I keep my hand on this part, I have to be careful with this part, can't insulate that. Yeah, it's going. Before putting the cover back, I will modify it so I don't have to remove the high voltage cables first. Let's try it with this one. See if I can get it out without stripping the head. I think it broke. It broke. Now let's see if we can wiggle it loose. It's held in place with the thermal paste. Yeah, it's coming off. Here it is. Here we have the motor controller. These are the 40 amp fuses, 4 of them. These two look pretty burnt, and these two look like they are okay. So I have it on the diode mode, so when they make contact it beeps. Now let's dive straight into the main suspects. This one is fine, this one is fine, this one is fine. Now the best looking one, that one is also fine. I really have a problem. This fuse is blown, that one needs to be replaced. This one, these two are looks like they've been very hot and that might cause damage. I'll change out all 4 of them. And they are all marked, so let's see if there are more fuses. There are here also 3 fuses, 2 25 amp fuses and 1 6 amp fuse. I will look if I can find these 2, so I have them in stock. There's lacquer all over the connection, so I have to cut it. And then I use some flux and fresh solder to make the desoldering a little bit more easy. But still it's a fiddly job. Yeah, it's melting off. The other side. It's off. Now let's see what we find inside. It looks like some sand, and there you can see the wire is broken, so this is a blown fuse. Definitely the broken one. The snapped screw is drilled out from the back, and a rivet nut fits exactly in the hole, so I use that for the new thread.
Several days later.
So I use these fuses. They are rated at about 350 volt AC. DC they're rated at 125 volts, so they're pretty close to the 150 volts that are being used. These should fit. So let's put the first one in, and if that works we change them all out. That is going to fit, no problem. That's decent. That was one of the fuses. I will also change the other 3, and for the 3 other fuses, the 6 and 25 amp fuses, I also have spares now, so if they blow I have them in stock. Same process as the previous fuse, just takes a little bit of time, but after doing 3, the 4th went very smooth. These are brass studs. I got them from a rod, from a meter. And I had some bushings made, also brass. And I used some special liquid to get a small layer of tin on it. I cleaned all the high voltage connections just to make sure I have the best possible contact. In go the new stud with the new bushing. I torqued everything to spec, 3.5 Newton meter. This is already the 200 amp upgraded fuse. In go the second stud with bushing. The new fuses are a lot lower than the old ones, so now this wire doesn't touch the fuse anymore. This one is ready to go back in. Before I put it back in, I will clean off these bushings. There was a lot of heat paste on this one, and also some on this one, but way less. On the second attempt I could see a little bit of thermal paste coming out, so now it's sufficient. I reconnect all the high voltage cables, also the ones from the motor. Cables from the motor have a specified order. They're all marked, the cables are marked, and the motor controller is marked. Bolt. We've got our special pre-charge device. Can you see the light bulb over there? Keep an eye on the light bulb. If it's going on and then slowly off, then it's pre-charged. It's not going. So now I have contact with the wire. Let's see what happens if we put on some cables and then some power. Everything is connected. Let's see what happens if we turn on the ignition. The CAPCur fault is gone. Let's see. The rear wheel is free to spin. Well, it looks like the problem is gone, so let's bolt on the last part. So it's modified. I have the whole rear out of it and some protection on the sharp edge. Connectors go back and then we'll tidy it all up with some cable ties. Well, it's about done. Only the trim has to go back on and the battery cover, and then we'll take it for a drive to see if the CAPCur fault stays away. The CAPCur fault is gone and it stays gone. I hope for another. This motorcycle is now about more than 15 years old. So if it stays away for another 15 years, I'm happy with it. And if it comes back, I know where to look. That's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope to see you on the next one.